Bertha had been in town 3 months now. Sykes was still paying her room rent at Della Lewis's, the only house in town that would have taken her in. Sykes took her frequently to Winter Park to stomps. He still assured her that he was the swellest man in the state. "Sure you can have that little old house, soon's I can get that woman out of there. Everything belongs to me and you sure can have it. I sure abominates a skinny woman. Lodi, you sure is got one portly shape on you. You can get anything you want. This is my town, and you sure can have it." Delia's work-worn knees crawled over the earth in Gethsemane and up the rocks of Calvary many times during these months. She avoided the villagers and meeting places in her efforts to be blind and deaf. But Bertha nullified this to a degree by coming to Delia's house to call Sykes out to her at the gate. Delia and Sykes fought all the time now with no peaceful interludes. They slept and ate in silence. 2 or 3 times Delia had attempted a timid friendliness, but she was repulsed each time. It was plain that the breaches must remain agape. The sun had burned July to August. The heat streamed down like a million hot arrows, smiting all things living upon the earth. Grass withered, leaves browned, snakes went blind and shedding, and men and dogs went mad. Dog days. Delia came home one day and found Sykes there before her. She wondered, but started to go on into the house without speaking, even though he was standing in the kitchen door, and she must either stoop under his arm or ask him to move. He made no room for her. She noticed a soapbox beside the steps, but paid no particular attention to it, knowing that he must have brought it there. As she was stooping to pass under his outstretched arm, he suddenly pushed her backward laughingly. "Look in the box there, Delia. I done brung you something." She nearly fell upon the box in her stumbling, and when she saw what it held, she all but fainted outright. "Psych! Psych, my God! You take that rattlesnake away from here! You gotta! Oh, Jesus, have mercy!" "I ain't gotta do nothing of the kind. Fact is, I ain't gotta do nothing but die. 'Tain't no use of you putting on airs, making out like you scared of that snake. He's gonna stay right here till he die. He wouldn't bite me 'cause I knows how to handle him. Nohow, he wouldn't risk breaking out his fangs, getting your skinny legs." "Nah, now, Psych, don't keep that thing round here to scare me to death. You knows I'm even fair to earthworms. That's the biggest snake I ever did see. Kill him, Psych, please." "Don't ask me to do nothing for you. Going around trying to be so damn superious. Nah, I ain't gonna kill it. I think a damn sight more of him than you. That's a nice snake, and ain't nobody don't like him can just hit the grit." The village soon heard that Sykes had the snake and came to see and ask questions. "How the hemfire did you catch that 6-foot rattler, Syke?" Thomas asked. "He's full of frogs, so he can't hardly move, that's how. I eased up on him. But I'm a snake charmer and knows how to handle 'em. Shucks, 'tain't nothing. I could catch one every day if I so wanted to. What he needs is a heavy hickory club leaned real heavy on his head. That's the best way to charm a rattlesnake." "No, Walt, you just don't understand these diamondbacks like I do," said Sykes in a superior tone of voice. The village agreed with Walter, but the snake stayed on. His box remained by the kitchen door with its screen wire covering. 2 or 3 days later, it had digested its meal of frogs and literally came to life. It rattled at every movement in the kitchen or the yard. One day, as Delia came down the kitchen steps, she saw his chalky white fangs curved like scimitars hung in the wire meshes. This time, she did not run away with averted eyes as usual. She stood for a long time in the doorway in a red fury that grew bloodier for every second that she regarded the creature that was her torment. That night, she broached the subject as soon as Sykes sat down to the table. Sykes, I want you to take that snake away from here. You done starved me, and I put up with you. You done beat me, and I took that, but you done killed all my insides bringing that vomit here. Sykes poured out a saucer full of coffee and drank it deliberately before he answered her. A whole lot of care about how you feels inside or out. That snake ain't going no damn where till I gets ready for him to go. So far as beating is concerned, you ain't took near all that you're gonna take if you stay round me. Delia pushed back her plate and got up from the table. I hate you, Sykes, she said calmly. I hate you to the same degree that I used to love you. I done took till my belly is full up to my neck. That's the reason I got my letter from the church and moved my membership to Woodbridge. So I don't have to take no sacrament with you. I don't want to see you around me at all. Lay round with that woman all you wants to, but go on away from me in my house. I hate you like a suck-egg dog. Sykes almost let the huge wad of cornbread and collard greens he was chewing fall out of his mouth in amazement. He had a hard time whipping himself up to the proper fury to try to answer Delia. Well, I'm glad you does hate me. I'm so tired of you hanging on to me. I don't want you. Look at your stringy old neck. Your raw, bony legs and arms is enough to cut a man to death. You look just like the devil's doll baby to me. You can't hate me no worse than I hate you. I've been hating you for years. You old black hide don't look like nothing to me but a pass of wrinkled up rubber with your big old ears flapping on each side like a pair of buzzard wings. Don't think I'm going to be run away from my house neither. I'm going to the white folks about you, my young man. The very next time you lay your hands on me, my cup is done run over. Delia said this with no signs of fear, and Sykes departed from the house, threatening her, but made not the slightest move to carry out any of them. That night he did not return.